Great. Okay. Hi. Before I call the meeting to order, Alex, can we get a check to see who we have, the participants that we have, please?
Okay, so right now we have 12.
We have 12 participants. Okay, thank you. And as for a quorum, thank you so much, Alex. I think I heard Regina.
Yes, well, Paul, how are you?
Good
I'm
afternoon,
here.
Regina. Excellent. So we have Regina. And I think I heard Luis, if my memory serves me right.
Hi,
Luis?
yes.
Hi, look, there you go.
Yep,
There you go. It's always good to see you.
always.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Luis. Thank you, Luis. And so we have, that's two directors. Carl Berkings. Vice President Carl Berkings, okay. Will Carl Berkins be attending today, Luis?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, all right. So far, so you have myself, Regina, and Luis, we have a quorum. So with that being said, it is now 7:08 p.m. Alex, you could go ahead and start recording if you haven't started as yet. I'm calling this meeting to order. My name is Paul Warren. I'm the current president, calling to order the open Board of Directors meeting. As usual, all residents and owners, you are allowed to record the meeting if you so choose. If you do need to record a copy of the meeting for yourself, please submit a request on this via Zoom, a text message to the administrator for the Zoom meeting, Alexander Pendia, and he'll facilitate that for you. General rule of thumbs, a few household rules as we progress. Please bear in mind that this is a remote meeting, so please keep your phones muted as you have your conversations and as we have our family in the background, so as to keep the conversation undisturbed. Was there anything else that I missed, Luis? I saw you smiling. Can't hear you, Luis. Can't hear you.
You covered it beautifully.
Thank you, Luis.
The only
Okay.
thing you didn't do, which you always do, is tell everybody to be polite.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. A good reminder, Luis. Thank you so much. And again, please exercise courtesy. It's okay for us to disagree. However, while we disagree, it's never a justification to be disrespectful of anyone. State your cause, state your case, and your reasons why. Again, this meeting is the Del Vista Road Maintenance Meeting. This meeting, it has the purview that has to do with for those of you who are not familiar with the entrance to the property, we only have one entrance, which is the gate that goes all the way towards the Y, the road that goes to the back along the townhouse, and on the left, the road that goes towards the towers, along with the bushes on the side. That's the purview of Del Vista Road Maintenance, along with the gate security. As usual, we may have questions or comments that has to do with our other family associations, that, for example, Del Vista Towers or Del Vista Townhouse. Again, this board has no purview over those issues. However, your concerns, if stated, will be listed, and we will pass that on to the requisite board, whether it's a townhouse or for the towers. Okay, with that being said, the meeting was already called to order. We have an established quorum of myself, Regina, and Luis. Shall we have the proof of notice, please, Luis? Madam Secretary?
Yes, but may I add that Carl has joined us, so we now have a full board.
Okay.
Vanessa is holding up the proof of posting, and so that has been established.
Okay, why do I not see Vanessa with the proof of posting? I see you. but I don't.
Well, she's just to my.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Now I can see you. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vanessa. We have Vanessa with the proof of posting. And thank you very much, Vanessa. And I'd like to acknowledge Director Carl Berkings, Vice President Carl Berkings.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, thank you so much. Welcome back from the holidays, and thank you for joining us. Okay, going back to the agenda that we have. Louise, would you please do us the honor to read us the minutes from the previous meeting, please?
Absolutely. First, let me make a motion to approve them. And let me read them, and then we'll get a second, hopefully. Okay.
Okay.
The meeting was Del Vista Road Meeting Board Meeting, Monday, March 15th, 2021, virtual Zoom meeting. Carl Berkins called the meeting to order at 7:10 p.m. A quorum was established. In attendance was Carl Berkins, Paul Warren, Regina Goldfein, Louise Rudnick. In addition, Manager Udi Manor, a total of 10 were in attendance, inclusive of the board and the manager. The posting was established. Paul Warren requested to be able to independently record the meeting, although the meeting was being recorded by Zoom for posting to the Del Vista Association website. Carl Berkins stated he would release the site to enable Paul Warren's request, but was apparently unable to do so. Louise Rudnick made a motion to approve the minutes from the March 9th, 2021 meeting. Paul Warren requested they be read aloud. The minutes were read, and Regina Goldfein restated the motion to approve the minutes as presented. Louise Rudnick seconded the motion. Carl Berkins, Louise Rudnick, and Regina Goldfein approved the minutes. Paul Warren voted nay, stating he believed the minutes were incorrect. The motion passed. Regina Goldfein made a motion to engage RMC as election monitors for all services described in the invoice. Carl Berkins explained that this was necessary because of allegations and accusations expressed by Paul Warren as to the integrity of the election. RMC would be handling all aspects of the election to avoid any further concerns. Paul Warren then explained that he would be filing a conflict of interest complaint with the Bar Association regarding the attorneys representing the Towers and DRM and wanted the election to be delayed. Louise Rudnick stated this was one community and that she did not see a conflict and seconded the motion. Carl Berkins, Regina Goldfein, and Louise Rudnick voted yes. Paul Warren voted nay. The motion passed. Carl Berkins then explained the time requirements between the election mailing and the actual election. Louise Rudnick made a motion to schedule the annual election on April 12, 2021. Regina Goldfein seconded the motion, and Carl Berkins, Regina Goldfein, and Louise Rudnick voted yes. Paul Warren abstained. The motion passed. Regina Goldfein made a motion to authorize the association's general counsel to prepare the new package mailing for the newly scheduled annual election. Louise Rudnick seconded the motion. Carl Berkins, Regina Goldfein, and Louise Rudnick voted yes. Paul Warren abstained. The motion passed. Regina Goldfein made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Louise Rudnick seconded the motion. All voted in favor, and the meeting was adjourned at 7:31 p.m. I restate the motion to please approve the minutes as read.
I'll second it. Regina seconds it.
Okay, so before we entertain the motion on the floor for the approval of the motion, I have a few corrections that I would like to suggest. One, the records, I didn't hear where it specified that the meeting was actually presided over by Vice President Berkings. I heard in the beginning where you explained the technical issues that he had, but I believe that there needs to be a correction added to the meeting that actually indicates that the presiding officer for that meeting was Vice President Berkins and not Paul Waring, although I was in attendance. That's
Okay,
one.
I will
Okay.
make that adjustment and then provide them to the board and the office. Okay,
Okay, and then also the other one I have is where you stated that I expressed concerns about the integrity of the elections. I believe that the correct wording should actually be that we have actually received documented complaints from residents of the associations. So in terms of,
was that,
yes.
I don't recall it being stated, but I will verify it. And if so, I will adjust the minutes to reflect that.
Well, yeah. So while you actually stated that, yes, I had concerns about the integrity of the election process. My concerns was actually relating the concerns that was actually shared with me by the residents.
Okay.
And then the final suggestion that I have was that while you did noted my concerns and you have worded it that I was requesting a delay of the elections, I specifically requesting a delay of the elections. What I requested was for the board to await the Bar Association's opinion so as to decide how we proceed with whom providing the appropriate legal advice to the board. So I just wanted to actually add that to the record. So that is the reason why I actually I stated that based on based on what was shared with me. So most respectfully.
I will edit the minutes to add these 3 items: that Carl presided over the meeting. It actually stated that you had received complaints for the election. And number 3, that your request was to await the Bar Association for the election. Okay, I will add those 3.
Thank you so much. Any other suggestions from other board members in terms of any other amendments or corrections that we need to make?
Oh, I don't have anything, Paul, Regina.
Thank you so much, Director Regina. Vice President Berkins? Vice President Berkins?
No.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay. So with that said, moving on to number 5 on the agenda. The main purpose for having this meeting is for us to actually appoint an impartial committee. And this is pursuant to the Florida Statute 718, which requires that an impartial committee is established, which will work along with the contractor that we have contracted by the Del Vista Road Association to be the inspectors of the ballots for the Del Vista Road elections.
Okay, Paul,
Yes, ma'am.
may I say something? It's Regina.
Yes, please.
I wanted to suggest that Joanne Brizzard be the chairperson for the committee,
Okay.
that the Judge Milian would be part of it if he's available, and
Okay.
Cohen, and because they were part of the other committee and they did a very good job, I thought, an excellent job.
Thank you.
I don't know.
I'd like to add, if I may, I found that this group was very pristine and professional.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
With volunteering again, I do believe it would be a benefit to the association.
Well, so far, I mean, I concur. I've spoken with Judge Milian, and I have actually had spoken before with Joanne, and I haven't had the opportunity to actually re-engage with Mr. Cohen. I know he was very willing. He did a great job before, but I concur with you with
Paul,
considering.
Paul,
Yes, ma'am.
one more thing, Mario is running.
Yes,
So we can't appoint him.
correct.
So all
correct.
the others were, as Louise said, I restated, they were above board. Excellent, excellent job.
Correct. So what my suggestion be is, because I generally we don't have to get the entire slate, but much better if we get the entire slate of candidates today. Where that, let me open to the floor. I'm sorry, Director. 1 second. Let me open to the residents to see if there's anyone actually on this call, whether from the towers or from the townhouse, who would like to be a member of this committee.
Wonderful.
The floor is open, please. Is anyone? Alex, please remember to unmute the residents. So if anyone wishes to volunteer.
Yes, of course. I mean, they can unmute themselves, but if I see the request, I'll do it.
Yeah, you just push the button.
If all the candidates there are looking for volunteers to resign. I find one, I resign, so we don't need the election.
What?
Any
Yeah.
candidate
Say that?
willing to resign, I resign with him. So we don't have the election.
That was Daniel Epstein, and Daniel.
Hello?
I don't hear. Louise, do you hear?
No, I don't.
Louise, Regina, Carl Berkins, can you all hear me?
Now we can. We didn't hear.
Okay, thank you.
before.
Yes, what Towards Director Daniel Epstein was saying that, Daniel, can you reconfirm what you actually were saying? Because I think I haven't grasped fully what you were.
How many candidates in this meeting?
So we have,
I'm one. Regina is a candidate.
Who is the candidates over there?
Regina is a candidate for the road maintenance.
Okay, Regina,
21.
let's resign. Me and you, we don't need the election.
In other
I
words,
I don't know.
I know what he's saying.
Let's
What?
me and you resign, and we can avoid all this election.
He is saying if there are only 5 candidates times previously, there is no need for an election.
Oh, I'm gonna stay.
You want to stay? Okay, I'm staying too. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Danny.
so I am back.
Right to have an election.
Okay, so just to reconfirm what Towers Director Daniel Epstein was suggesting was that if 2 of the candidates who are on the candidates panel decided to resign from posting as candidates for the upcoming elections, then there would be no need for an actual election, because the amount of candidates that we have the board has an opening for 5 candidates, my correction, and there are 7 candidates who are slated. Okay. So before I move on from what my original request is, I want to throw it out to the floor again. I see that we have quite a few participants on. We need at least 1 more volunteer to be a part of the impartial inspection committee. Just 1 more resident. So And as a reminder, of course, the candidates cannot be persons who actually vote, or their spouses or family members to be part of the impartial committee. So as of my count, I believe we have an opening for one more person. So Regina, Louise, and Carl, should we present, what are your suggestions? My suggestions are that we proceed to appoint the board per the statute, leaving the opportunity for one additional candidate to be appointed post the meeting.
I agree.
I agree. Yes,
And
Paul,
approve
we'll find someone. Yes.
Okay, okay, great. So with that said, let me reconfirm the candidates who we have. So the members of the impartial committee that we have who will be a part of that committee, we have Judge Millian, we have Joanne Blissett, we have Mr. Rahul Cohen, and we have, I already counted Joanne.
Joanne.
Joanne, I already counted Joanne, we have.
Yeah, so
And
we
what
have,
about Manny Paliwada?
Manny?
Manny, yeah, is he at the meeting tonight? I think he was that part of that committee, Paul.
Yes, he was.
So where is
Manny?
good Manny?
Manuel? He is on. Manuel?
Manny?
Yeah, he is on. So he's actually participant of the call. So we will leave that slot open. So
Oh, here he is.
Good evening.
Yes.
Manuel,
Yeah. Hi, Paul. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
I would.
join
Yeah.
us?
How are you doing, everybody? No, I would love to be in the committee, but I'm got my hands tied up. I think Paul's aware of that, so I appreciate being part of it. But at this time, I cannot participate.
okay,
Oh,
Manuel. Well, we appreciate your contribution from the past, and we understand. Thank you so much for
Thank
what
you.
you do. Thank you,
Thank
Manuel.
you. Right.
Paul, let's do as you suggested. Let's go ahead and approve the 4 and leaving the slot open if someone else will volunteer.
Correct. Thank you. So with that, I believe that you have already proposed the motion on the floor, and we needed. Yes.
Yes, that was my motion.
Okay. So is there a second?
yes, Paul, Regina seconds.
Okay. All right. So all in favor of the boards within its authority that's comes from Florida Statute 718 to appoint this impartial committee. All in favor say aye.
Yes,
I
aye.
am in favor.
Yes, aye. Regina is in favor.
Thank you. Any director opposing? Okay. Okay. And
Paul, can you just say the names again for minute purposes?
okay. Thank you, Vanessa. So the names that we have are Judge Alberto Milian,
Mhm,
Joanne Blizzard,
mhm.
Mr. Rahul Cohen,
Raul Cohen, yes.
and the other name that I had was Paulina, Polina.
Paul,
could
do you
follow up
know
with her.
her unit number?
Okay,
Just
I'll
for me to
forward her
purpose.
information to you afterwards. Yeah,
Perfect, thank
I only
you.
have your own text. Yeah, Paulina. Thank you. So we have the
Thank
4.
you.
Thank you for reminding us, dear Vanessa. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Director Perkins, just wanted to make sure that you have the opportunity to either to register your approval or concern or opposition or whatever it is within your purview as a vice president of the board. Vice President Perkins? Hello?
I do not see him.
No, he's not here anymore. He left.
No,
Oh,
he
he
left. Yeah,
Okay.
he said it on the chat that he's in class right now and he's leaving.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so with that being said, we move on to good and welfare. Before we go into the good and welfare, just wanted to remind everyone that we will be having a Meet the Candidates, and the Meet the Candidates has been scheduled for, that's next week, Thursday, which is the,
No, no, Paul, if
Yes.
I'm not mistaken, it was Wednesday, sir.
oh, thank you so
The
much.
7th.
Yeah, I was just trying to find my calendar here. Thank you so much. So that will be next week, Wednesday, which is the 13th. That's a Tuesday. The 14th, the 14th.
No, Paul, Wednesday the 7th.
What, 1 second,
The
Paul,
election is the 12th.
Please, hold. Udi's on the floor. Go ahead, Udi.
Paul, the elections are next Monday on the 12th.
It's the
So you
7th.
cannot
Thank
have
you.
meet the after that.
After, right. So what was the date that we had it for?
It's, Paul, it's on Wednesday the 7th.
The 7th. Thank you so much. For Wednesday, the 7th, and then the elections will be on April the 14th. Okay.
The 12th.
The
On
12th.
April the 12th. Thank you so much. And the other thing I'd like to actually say within good and welfare, I wanted to actually commend the property manager, Udi, who's also on the call, for resolving the issue that we had with, shall I say, a garbage disposal that was on the property for an extended period of time, a high sore that we couldn't get resolved. And I really want to actually, one, commend you for actually taking the time to be here for almost all of our meetings, if I recall 100% so far, and actually being responsive in terms of resolving that issue. I know this was a concern of Judge Millian. Judge, was there anything else that you had with that issue?
No, I talked to Udi about it, and I'm satisfied he's taking the steps to clean it up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Udi,
gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Udi, is there anything you'd like to say before we adjourn the meeting as our property manager? Any acts that you have of us? Anything tidbits you'd like to add? Any information to provide to us as we move into the elections in terms of any clarification? For example, I know I have gotten questions from a few residents asking about what has happened with the ballots before. Do they need to vote again? And you and I have actually been, you have been very forthcoming in providing some clarity to me. So I would like to actually give you that opportunity as the independent person in this. So far, you have actually displayed that role to actually give some information on that. Would you be so kind? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but
It's okay, Paul. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for the kind words, first of all. Second, an email was sent to all residents explaining exactly the process and what happened. We were very clear on communicating that the board has voted to go with an outside election monitor. In that case, it's Reliance Management. For those who did not know what's going to happen with the old ballots that were placed in the white box before the elections were validated, we also indicated in that email that those ballots were going to be taken out. Everything was captured on a video as well with the person who is going to monitor the elections on the 12th. Those ballots were kept sealed. They are not going to be used for this election. They are invalidated by the fact that the election itself was invalidated. And all the new ballots that are in the ballot box right now at the front desk belong to the second mail out that we did, which came from Reliance Management. Now, I would like to add that if there are any envelopes found in that box that do not belong to Reliance Management, those envelopes will be considered from the first mail out that either were inserted by mistake by unit owners, And they will be added to that invalidated box of ballots that are not going to be counted for this elections. And other than that, I wish all the candidates good luck and hoping this will be a smooth process.
Thank you so much, Udi. So as a
My
reminder
pleasure.
to everyone, it's very important. If you have voted already, you need to vote again because those ballots will be canceled. So as of today, I have received my packets. If you haven't received your ballots, as a follow-up question, Udi, will there be duplicate ballots in the office available for residents who haven't received their ballots?
Absolutely not, in lieu of what has happened in the past. We are not involved in any way, shape, or form with this election. In fact, I'm gonna take a moment. We had a resident who walked in today and requested help filling out the ballot. I made it very clear that we are not assisting in filling out the ballot, and I gave the option to go to you, Paul. I gave the option of 2 other residents because we, as the office, want to be very clear that we are not part of this elections. It's monitored directly, solely by Reliance Management. So to answer your question, the answer is no. Now, if you would like, I can contact Thomas from Reliance Management, and he may be able to provide, I don't know how exactly, but this will not be done via the office.
Thank you very much, Udi, for that thorough response. So what my suggestion would be is to make the request in the interim, and then we will figure out a sterile process in which we will be able to provide those ballots, because I suspect that there are a few residents who haven't received their ballots, whether this will be on the day of the election or but we will. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Paul, interject real quick. Thomas will bring ballots with him to the day of the election.
Correct. Great. Thank you very much for adding that. Any additions from Vice President Berkins, or, well, he has left already, Director Luis or Regina, anything else that you'd like to add to this?
No, nothing. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, great. So as a reminder that the management office, it's the election office, folks. And as a part of the process, as Udi has rightly and clearly stated, the management office has no business and to be making any recommendation. So no one in the management office, whether it's a property manager, an assistant, or whatever, no one in the no one. So Udi provided some clear procedures and guidance in terms of any residents who has such a request, because it's inappropriate and to some extent perhaps maybe illegal, I don't know, to be determined. However, as we all know, it's the election office and should not be involved in that process. So with that said, I would like to actually, I think we have covered everything. Is there any resident on this meeting who actually has a comment or any concern before I adjourn the meeting, please? Okay, Director Louise and Regina, any final words before before I table the motion to adjourn the meeting?
No, everything is good, Paul. Thank you.
Everything
great.
is fine. I'll make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, and with that, and before I actually accept that motion, I'd like to wish everyone the best of success. And again, as a reminder that it's okay to disagree. It's okay for us to have different thought processes, because that's what makes us human. But at the end of the day, we need to have some decorum and some respect, as Louise rightly said. So
Yes.
with that, I will table that motion, which Louise has already which proposed, and with that the meeting is, yeah, and with that, before I actually adjourn the meeting, I just need a second.
Second,
Sorry.
Regina, second.
Okay, and with that, I accept the motion for the meeting to be adjourned. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great night. Take care.
Good
Bye-bye.
night, everyone.
Thank you, Udi. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Good night.